Imagine training for 4 years. Every single day, morning sessions, evening sessions, film study, diet, recovery, sacrifice, for years of your life dedicated to one thing. And then, in the biggest game of your career, everything comes down to this. You, a ball, a goalkeeper, and 12 yards of grass. That's it. That's all that stands between you and a World Cup victory. One kick, 5 seconds, and the weight of an entire nation on your shoulders. This is the penalty shootout, the most brutal rule in sports. And right now, in this knockout stage, it could happen in any game. Tonight, tomorrow, at any moment. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how it works, why the greatest players in history have missed, and why, once you understand it, you will never watch a penalty the same way again. Let's start with the basics. In the World Cup knockout stage, every game must have a winner. There are no draws. If the score is tied after 90 minutes, the game goes to extra time. 2 periods of 15 minutes each, 30 minutes total. If the score is still tied after extra time, then comes the shootout. Here's how it works. Each team picks 5 players. Those players take turns shooting from the penalty spot, which is exactly 12 yards from the goal line, right in the center of the penalty area. 1 player, 1 goalkeeper, 1 shot. The sequence goes: Team A shoots, then Team B shoots. Back and forth. 5 kicks each. The team with the most goals after 5 rounds wins. But here's where it gets complicated. The shootout can actually end before all 10 kicks are taken. If after 3 rounds Team A has scored every kick and Team B has missed one, the math already makes it impossible for Team B to catch up. The shootout ends right there. No need to continue. And if the score is still level after 5 kicks each, it goes to sudden death. 1 kick at a time. Both teams alternate. Miss one, and your World Cup is over. There is no safety net. No second chance. Miss your kick and you go home. Now here's what the rulebook doesn't tell you. A penalty kick in a normal game is already one of the highest pressure moments in soccer. The ball is stationary. The goalkeeper has to stay on the line until the ball is kicked. Statistically, the shooter scores about 75% of the time in regular matches. But a penalty shootout in a World Cup knockout game? Everything changes. The psychological pressure of a shootout is unlike anything else in professional sports. Think about what that walk from the center circle to the penalty spot actually feels like. You are alone. Every teammate is watching from behind. The opposing fans are screaming. 80,000 people inside the stadium are holding their breath. And somewhere between 1 and 2 billion people are watching on screens around the world. You have approximately 20 seconds to make a decision that could define your career. Where do you place the ball? Left? Right? Down the middle? And hope the goalkeeper guesses wrong? Do you watch where the goalkeeper moves and try to adjust at the last second? And then, the moment you make contact with the ball, it's already out of your hands. Literally, the greatest players in history have crumbled in that walk. Roberto Baggio, the best player in the world in 1994, hit his penalty over the crossbar in the World Cup final shootout against Brazil. Italy lost the World Cup on that kick. The image of Baggio standing there, head down, hands on knees, became one of the most iconic photographs in sports history. England have lost so many shootouts that missing penalties has become a national stereotype. They have lost 6 of their last 8 shootout appearances in major tournaments. Even Lionel Messi, arguably the greatest player who ever lived, had a difficult relationship with penalty shootouts early in his career. He missed the opening kick of a Copa America shootout in 2016. Argentina lost. Messi announced his retirement from international football that same night. He came back. He won the World Cup in 2022. But that moment, that miss, shows that no player is immune to what a shootout does to a human being. So why does this rule exist? Before penalty shootouts, knockout games that ended tied were decided by replays, playing the game again days later, or by a coin flip. Literally a coin flip to decide who advances in the World Cup. The penalty shootout was introduced to solve that problem. And while it's more dramatic than a coin flip, many people argue it's not much fairer. Because a penalty shootout doesn't test the same skills that made a team good enough to reach the knockout stage. You don't win 90 minutes of tactical soccer by being the best at one-on-one kicks from 12 yards. It tests something else entirely: nerve, composure, and the ability to perform a skill you've done thousands of times in training, under a level of pressure that training can never replicate. That's why coaches spend hours on penalty practice. That's why teams have dedicated analysts studying which goalkeeper dives which way. That's why players choose their spots weeks in advance and commit to them. Because the worst thing you can do in a shootout is change your mind at the last second. And right now, in this World Cup, every knockout game from here until the final could end in a shootout. Every team has a list of 5 players ready. Every goalkeeper has a folder of research on the opponents. The next time you watch a knockout game, go to extra time, and the clock ticks toward 120 minutes. Remember everything you now know. That walk to the spot is coming, and someone's World Cup dream is about to end in 5 seconds. So now you know. 5 players, 12 yards, 1 kick each, best of 5, and sudden death if it's still tied. Simple rules. Impossible pressure. The penalty shootout doesn't care how good you are. It doesn't care how many games you've won to get here. It puts every player, from the greatest in the world to the most unknown, in exactly the same position. Alone, with a ball, and everything on the line. If there's a game going to extra time in the next few days, you're now one of the most informed people watching it. Drop a comment below. Which team do you think would win a penalty shootout right now? Subscribe so you don't miss the next video. I'll see you tomorrow.